What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I'm pretty sure everybody was paying attention to two women artists. I had to almost said it. I almost said female artists. I try to stay. It's for those that don't know, but it's wrong to refer to a woman as a female now. So it's something that I'm still kind of shocked by because I'm like, well, then what are you? But I guess it's like a derogatory term now. And I'm like, so like when the doctor, like when you're in the doctor's office and then you see like a thing, like you're filling out an application or whatever, not an application, but you're just filling out some like papers for while you're in the office. And then they say like male or female, like, do you go up to the front desk and be like, can you change this to man and woman? Because I don't want to be referred to as a female. Like, imagine being that person sitting at the desk and somebody approaches you saying, can you change the paperwork to where it says man and or woman? I would look at them confused, like, well, what's the difference between man and woman and male and female? Like, that's the type of stuff that you have to, like, you'll get into an argument over. But yeah, I correct myself now because it's wrong to refer to a woman as a female, but it's I kind of had like mixed feelings about that. It's like I can respect it. Like if you don't want to be called the female, I can respect that. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, that's not something to be mad over. Like there's far more worse things to be called and stuff. Like you guys gotta remember, I'm a black entertainer on the internet. I would rather get called the female than the N-word or any other racist derogatory terms. Like there's far more worse terms out there, but anyways, but that's not what this episode's about. Today's episode is going to be about Cardi B and Billie Eilish. Now, pretty random, right? Why am I talking about these two artists? What did they do? What's going on with them? So, let's talk on, because I think Billie Eilish, her situation happened first. So, Billie Eilish, I guess there's like some photographers or paparazzis took some photos of her. And if somebody were to show me these photos and just be like, oh, what do you think of them? I'm like, it's Billie Eilish just being Billie Eilish. She's just minding her own business. Like, I'm surprised her hair is still green after all this time. Is her hair green in those? I can't remember. But anyways, just cracking like some like friendly joke or something, like a joke that doesn't really matter. But if somebody were to ask me like, what do you think about her body? I'm like, well, what am I supposed to think about it? It ain't up to me on what to think about her body. I feel like that's more of a question for her. What does she think about her body? If she wants to gain weight, she can do that. If she wants to lose weight, she can do that. That's her body. That's her choice. I have no say-so in it. And they're all like, oh, well, do you think she should be this or that? I'm like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. So to those that would ask me questions about people's bodies, I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, she's being like unhealthy, then I guess I would have to be like, just tell her like, hey, be a little bit more healthier. That's about it, because I overall want her to live a long life and, for her fans' sake, be here for a long period of time. So that would have to be the only thing. Like if she's living an unhealthy lifestyle, then like whether she's being very small or very big, like either way, I'd just be like, hey, I just want nothing but the best for you. So if that's wrong, then I'm like, sue me. But anyways, I guess with her, people was, I guess, not liking how she looked. And I'm like, why should it matter? That's the thing that I never understand about people when they make comments. Bro, 4 Souls just uploaded a video. Okay, dope. To make sure I react to that. But anyways, I just don't understand why people make comments about people's bodies. And I'm like, I'm positive you're not some young, attractive person yourself. So how are you going to talk on them? And I'm like, you probably look 10 times worse than them. I'm saying, like, and I know people are going to be all like, Tyler, isn't that a little bit hypocritical? You talking on a person's, like, you saying, like, people shouldn't talk on a person's body, but then you just said that people, that these guys, like, they look 10 times worse than the person that they're talking about. Notice how I didn't just go out of my way and just say something about them. They put themselves in that equation when they started talking on the person's body. So do you think that it would be wrong if I were to say something back? I feel like there will be people that would say some things like that, like, oh, it's wrong, or it's wrong for them to do it, but it's okay for you to do it and things. It's okay for TMossBoss to talk on them, but when they're going out of their way and talking about people, oh, it's wrong. Because Billie Eilish, Cardi B, or any other person that's been a victim of like internet body shaming or face-to-face body shaming, regardless, body shaming just in general, If that person has not said anything to you, because my question to these guys, well, did Billie Eilish say anything to you? Did Cardi B say anything to you? Like, did they make a song or send you a message or write you a tweet or found your MySpace profile and then they said, like, because that would be my question. Did they say something to you? Yes or no? I'm not looking for no statements. I'm not looking for no paragraphs. Just give me a yes or no answer. That's all I'm looking for. That's it. And if they hadn't, then why are you going out of your way and talking about their body? Does that make any sense? What did they do to you? That's why I'm like, you know, if you have like your own personal hatred towards this person, keep that to yourself. Nobody cares. Literally, nobody cares. But it's messed up when stuff like that gets to trending. And then Billie Eilish or any other person that's a victim of body shaming, they see that and then they see some of those comments. And people don't realize, like, that stuff will get to a person's head. That stuff will, like, really mess a person up. And I'm like, that's not cool. Where it's like, there's people that, like, you know, they're a victim of that type of stuff. So, me, I only body shame when it's a person going out and they just body shaming people for any, like, just for a random reason. Like, they don't have a legitimate reason on why they're body shaming them. They're just going out of their way and just body shaming them. So, I'll go out and I will, like, body shame a person just as, you know, revenge and stuff. But to just go out of my way and find a random person and just start talking about their body, I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm more of a defender than an attacker. So, yeah, there's that situation. Billie Eilish, and I know just to let y'all know, like, if y'all want to call me a simp or whatever, y'all can do that. But just know I'm not a fan of either Billie Eilish, Cardi B, or anybody else that I'll talk about. I'm just sick and tired of this body shaming stuff. You know, like, it gets to a point in time where you're just all like, why are y'all still doing this? Like, it ain't even on some stuff where I'm like, oh, it's 2020, it needs to stop. Like, this stuff shouldn't even have started. You know, like, it shouldn't even, like, whoever the first person was, like, just go out of their way and just start body shaming people and stuff. It was like, for what? Why? It's like, to me, it just doesn't really make any sense. But anyways, and then Cardi B. So Cardi B had accidentally leaked out her nude. And I guess, like, people were saying that her breast, like, looks weird and stuff. I seen one post where a person say it looks like a hamburger. And I'm like, man, it's stupid, man. It's so stupid. But people, they just go out and they say things like that. But it's like, there's people out there saying, like, oh, it doesn't look right, like, or she needs to change her, or this, that. And I'm like, that's not your breast, though. Like, you don't own this woman's breast. So it's like, how are you going to talk on her breast and you don't own it? Like, you would sit down, you would think, like, these people must think that they're, like, slave owners or something. The way that they be like, yo, you gotta look like this or that. And I'm like, yo, this is wild. Like, I don't know. And yeah, and the same with Cardi B. I'm not, like, a fan of hers. You know, I have, like, with both Billie Eilish and Cardi B, I got, like, a selected amount of songs on my phone containing them. You know, and it's like features and, you know, yeah, included. So it's like, I don't just go out of my way and just be listening to these guys. So you know, before people are all like, oh, he's a fan, he's a simp, he's this, he's that. Like, I'm not like a diehard fan of these guys. It's like, you know, it's whatever with them. Like, if I hear some good music from them, I hear some good music. If I don't, then I'm not gonna be a hater. I ain't gonna body shame them. I ain't gonna do this or that. But yeah, I feel like though with Billie Eilish, because I remember she made a video. I remember hearing about that video, and it was talking on, like, or I guess it was like going against, like, body shaming and all of that. It was some video that she did. But it was like, what, like, she shouldn't have to, like, go out her way and do stuff like that. Nobody should, you know, like. And that's one story that I always tell when I get on the whole topic of body shaming, was that there's this model that I used to follow. And I can't remember. I think I unfollowed her because she was just doing way too many of those sponsorship posts. I was like, bro, just, like, post yourself, like, watching freaking, I don't know, The Mask. It's like starring Jim Carrey, you know? Post some photos where it just doesn't seem like every photo is a sponsorship deal. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta chill on that. But anyways, but yeah, but no, this is like, I remember I had found out about this model because and that was the reason why I had followed her, because she was facing, like, some, like, body shaming, bullying and stuff. And that's what she did, like, and, like, we're not in retaliation, but as a response was that she posted a video of herself, like, eating some chips or something like that, or, like, it was something. But I thought that was the dopest thing ever, and I ended up following her for a while for that. But it was the sponsorships. I know people was probably about like, oh, TMossBoss probably unfollowed her because she didn't look good anymore. It's messed up because around the time I unfollowed her, she I think she was pregnant or she was just having a kid or something. I'm like, that wasn't the reason. It was just one too many of those. Oh, go buy this tee or go buy these yoga pants. I'm like, I'm a male. I mean, tee is okay, but I can't wear yoga pants unless I'm trying out to be a professional wrestler. I'm sorry, but that ain't me. I don't be wearing yoga pants. But no, but I was like, yeah, I just thought that was dumb though, where it's like that's where like body shaming like comments, I started paying attention to it for that reason. And then there was this other model, and that's one thing that I spoke on too, was like the whole like calling a model a plus size model. That's something that I just can't do. Like if I'm like a photographer or am I a fashion designer or whatever, and people like I know like with some of the clothes that I sell on my merch store, they have like extra extra large and all these other things. Like if I were to model off these clothes, I'm not gonna say, oh, can the plus size model stand here, the regular model stand here, and then the extra small. Like no, I'm like all you guys like just stand in a straight line. All right, walk out. Like I'm referring to them as models. I'm not gonna refer to a plus size model or as I say a plus size model. My fault. That's what happens when you speak too fast. But anyways, I'm not going to refer to a model as a plus size model. That's just something that I can't do. I'm like, especially if I'm like face to face, whether it's online, face to face, that's just something that I can't do. So I'm like, yeah, I can't refer to a model as a plus size model. That's something I'm like, I don't even know how something like that even got started. But I think, what was that girl's name? I got to like look her name up real quick. Hold on, is this her? Ashley Graham. Like, yeah, I think she was an artist that, or not artist, but a model that has, even they like on Google, I'm like, they refer to her as an American plus size model. I'm like, that is wild. But anyways, but then yeah, also there was like people was talking on her. I remember they were like body shaming her and saying things about her. And I'm like, for what? Like, oh my God. I'm like, y'all are tripping. I'm like, this is so, and I think that's when I had very first like heard was when it was the one model that had like was eating the food and stuff as a response to like the bullying comments, and then Ashley Graham, and then the other model's name, the one that was like eating food as a response, her name is I think Iskra Lawrence, but yeah, I was like, I think when I had started paying attention to them, and I can't remember how I found out. I think Ashley Graham was just trending one day, and I clicked on it saying like, oh, who is this? And because I'm like, I always do that when I see like a random name trending on Twitter. I always click on it and see like, oh, what's going on and stuff. I'm like, is this something interesting? Is something like crazy going on? But yeah, I seen that and was just all like, why is this such a problem? Like, yo, this girl want to be a model, let her be a model and things. Like, it's size shouldn't matter. I'm like, the fact then there's like clothing companies out there, and shout out to them, where they will make clothes like for excuse me again. But they'll make clothes for like a much like a bigger person. I just I face that problem where it's like I don't know how to refer to like a bigger person. Like I feel like bigger is just like not a correct term. Larger ain't definitely ain't a correct term. A plus size, like I just I can't refer to them as a plus size person. But yeah, I'm like yeah, I'm look, I don't mean anything rude when I say like a bigger person. Like I don't know English that well. I don't know a whole lot of English words. So if there is a word out there that I can use that won't offend people, then y'all let me know that word. Send it to me. But anyways, but yeah, I never really understood like the whole plus size model or the body shaming or the bullying, any of that stuff. I never really understood it. It's like if this is how they look, this is how they look. It's called genetics. They can't, they can help it. They can do something about it. They can change it. But then that's another thing where I'm like, I don't understand, like, when people, when they do like surgeries and stuff to change their appearance, I'm like, no, you shouldn't have to go through all of that. You shouldn't have to go through all of that at all. I'm like, my thing is like, look, the way I look is the way I look. I ain't going to get no surgery to myself done whatsoever. I'm like, I thought about doing, because I remember the one YouTuber, Zane, he did like hairline surgery or something like that. I thought about that, but I was just like, you know what? No, it's easier. It's easier just to get some clippers and go bald, or to just go to a hair salon and just go bald. So honestly, I'm like, that's what my plans are. But I'm like, I'm not gonna get any plastic surgery to myself done whatsoever. I'm like, nah. The way I was born, like, the body that I was born with, that's the body I'm gonna leave this world with no plastic, no Botox, no nothing. I'm like, as soon as the wrinkles, the gray hair, all that stuff, it start kicking in. I'm just like, all right, well, I just gonna have to kick in. If I get bigger, then I'll lose weight or I'll hit the gym or do something about it. Like I'm small, so I'm like I want to gain weight, so that's what I'm doing. I'm gaining weight. I'm trying to do something about it. I'm working out and things. I'm being athletic, but yeah, I just personally think that people that go out of their way and they talk about a person's body for no reason, it's like, yeah, most likely you're not the most beautiful person in the world either. So I suggest you look in the mirror a couple of times before you decide to go out and start talking on a person's body, because I'm pretty sure you shaped like a question mark. So with that being said, all right, I will talk to you guys later. I know people are going to be like, dang, I really am shaped like a question mark. Then people are going to start body shaming me and stuff. They're honestly body shaming. You guys got to understand, I've received racist comments. But body shaming comments, I don't know. I never really received like body shaming comments before, so I'm curious. Like, when that day comes, and because I don't really even show my body that much on videos, maybe I should. Maybe I should start doing like more like full body videos and stuff where y'all seeing my whole body. But anyways, but yeah, I'm curious on what that'll be like. So, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, like, subscribe, and if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow, subscribe, every it's set up. I also have a merch store. I did mention that early on in this. I think I did multiple takes of this episode, so I can't remember, but I think I did when I was talking on. Yeah, no, it was this episode. But anyways, yeah, I got a merch store. Go check it out. Got a lot of stuff up there. Also, my brand, Wastelanders. You guys can go check out some of it. Its merch. I just recently did these like jersey merch and things where it's like it looks like it's a shirt or a crew neck and it looks like a jersey or something. So yeah, go check it out. Like, if you're into sports and things, you got something that you can wear and stuff. But anyways, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.